Tonight I watched a video on YouTube done by Paul, who also goes by the name Renetto. As a child growing up, he was part of a band. He played piano really well, and that led to a job where he saw a locking mechanism, which he perfected, and his friend was an engineer, a genius, created, and together they made this product, and it became well known. People started paying them to use it, and so on. That led to more inventions, more creativity. And he was remarking about how now with YouTube, you can show a video of a product, and you can get instant opinions, instant views. You can show anything that you're willing to create and share with an audience. And he says it's a real step forward from what he remembers years ago, where you had to dribble past obstacles and bureaucracy, and you had to win people's favor before you could even show them what you really wanted to show them, and so on and so forth. Now you can just log into your internet connection. You don't have to do it through an agent or through a producer. You're your own man, and you can share your creativity in that media. And that got me thinking not only about my past and how creativity has played a part in it, but also the age in which I was born into and I'm now living in. I believe it can be called the age of creativity. Concerning my background, I remember being impressed with the guys who drew comic strips, and how they could just doodle and throw in text, and in 3 squares they could make people laugh or make people contemplate, and how every morning I would get up wanting to read the newspaper's comic strips. And so I wanted to be a comic strip person when I grew up and draw comic strips and create characters in this. I also remember our very first computer, which Dad took lessons on how to use, and then he would pass on to me what he had learned. And I remember being impressed with the placement of the buttons and the text and the options of the program. And I remember asking, who decides which button goes where and what text is written where and placed in what manner and so on and so forth. And they said, well, the programmers do it. And I thought, wow, programmers are my heroes. They get to create these programs which thousands of people use and so on and so forth. And so I wanted to be a programmer. And I got into computer programming, QBasic, and then Dad paid good money as a birthday present for Visual Basic classes, so I would be able to make programs and create via that route. And that led to HTML and making websites and all this. I also remember watching movies. This was back before there was DVD. Watching VHS tapes. And there was a rare movie which, after showing credits, it would show this segment about the making of. And it would show behind the scenes, and the director would comment. It would show how the movie was made. And I loved those parts. I loved those parts even more than the actual movie, and I wished every movie had it, so I could see how the director created, how the movie was made. And so I wanted to be a movie maker, and I wanted to be the director to decide who says what, and how the scenes are painted. Then I wanted to be an actor, so to actually be the character and be able to say the lines and have that impression on people. Looking back, that was certainly a desire to create in each one of those scenarios. And now, taking in consideration my background, I appreciate the age and the generation into which I was born. I believe key words of our age would be share for free. Because sharing, and sharing for free, is a highlight of our generation. And I believe the benefit of all this sharing that's going on is twofold. One is you're sharing information, and that's a broad term. Everyone talking about the information age and all this. Well, sharing information is nothing more than sharing answers and sharing solutions, sharing how-tos and tutorials and walkthroughs. Well, this is great. For a guy like me who doesn't know everything, I just need to know where to go to find out an answer. I have siblings who are able to grasp information and hold it and lock it away in their brain somehow. And they're geniuses. How are they able to do that? And it comes out later when they're reasoning with someone. They're able to reason, being fully aware of the concepts and knowledgeable of the concepts. Well, I don't have that gift. But what I do have is the ability to find answers to my questions, to find solutions to my problems, and to find it quickly because people are willing to share it and share it for free. And also, sharing is such a benefit during this age and time because sharing encourages creativity. It does. When someone can create something, but then they have to overcome obstacle upon obstacle and year and time goes by just to get that creation out to where people can see it and decide whether they want it or not. When the creator has to do that, why it cuts down on the creator's creativity. It cuts back on it. He's not able to produce as much because we produce for people who will use the products. Well, now with sharing, you're encouraged to share your creativity. You're encouraged to share your creation, even if it's a text blog, or maybe a photo blog, or a video blog, or a podcast, or whatever it is. You can just share it quickly, and usually with an audience that's willing to consider and contemplate your creation. So I believe the beauty in the age of creativity is the share for free syndrome. Sharing information and also how that sharing encourages more creativity. Now I realize that not everyone is a creator. Some people are teachers, some people are producers, some people are critics. They consider themselves to be critics. Others are various other Zanries and so on and so forth. But you have to find your zone. And I believe that now is a good time for those people who enjoy creating to roll up their sleeves and get to work on it. If you enjoy writing articles, opinions, journals, whatever, now is the time to start writing. If you enjoy your hobby of picture taking, well, why not take it to the next level and start sharing those pictures with others and receiving feedback on that. The same goes for videos. The same goes for modeling, and not just art, but discussions and reasonings and other of these general areas. Now is the time to share those creations. This is a great era to be part of. It's a great age to be part of. We have so many opportunities to share what we've created. And so I would like to encourage those of us who have the desire to use their creativity in some way or another, to get to work using it, to get to work using the tools available to put that creativity to work. I believe man was created, and I believe that man was also blessed with the ability to create more, and to create new ways, and to invent, and to engineer, and to build. Now is a great time of opportunity, what with the tools and what with the sharing, to put that sense of creativity to work. In closing, creativity is indeed a beautiful thing. And now is the time to get that sense of creativity to work. Now is the time to put it into motion. I'm glad to be part of this generation, which is given and blessed with tools and the opportunities and abilities to create. Ours is certainly the age of creativity. And now is the time of witty inventions.